In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NFL games happening on January 21st, 2024 and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Detroit Lions. In the Motor City, 2 former rivals hailing from the bygone Black and Blue Division, previously known as the National Football Conference Central, are set to clash with a coveted spot in the National Football Conference Championship game hanging in the balance. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers embark on a road journey to face off against the Detroit Lions on a Sunday afternoon. Tampa Bay earned their place in this showdown by convincingly defeating the Philadelphia Eagles 32-9 in the wild card round at home on Monday night, emerging triumphant as 3-point underdogs. Conversely, the Detroit Lions secured their first playoff victory in over 30 years by narrowly edging out the Rams 24-23 at home last Sunday night, although failing to cover the spread as a 3-point favorite. In their historical regular season encounters, the Lions maintain a 32-28 advantage over the Buccaneers, including a decisive 20-6 away victory on October 15, 2023 in their most recent clash. It's worth noting that the Buccaneers emerged victorious in their solitary prior playoff meeting, claiming a 20-10 win at home in the wild card round on December 28, 1997. The wild card matchup pitted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Philadelphia Eagles, resulting in a resounding victory for the Buccaneers. The contest showcased a dominant performance from both the offense and the defense. Tampa Bay's offensive unit posted an impressive 32 points, while their defensive counterparts allowed a mere 9 points. Quarterback Baker Mayfield delivered a stellar performance, completing 22 of 36 passes for 337 yards and 3 touchdowns. While the overall defensive performance has been solid throughout the season, a formidable showing will be essential in the upcoming game, given the uncertainty of replicating a 32-point offensive outburst. The Lions, on the other hand, secured a playoff win in their last game, albeit in a less than flawless manner. The second half witnessed the Lions' offense managing only 3 points, resulting in a narrow 1-point victory. Quarterback Jared Goff had a commendable performance, completing 22 of 27 passes for 277 yards and a touchdown. Wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown showcased his mismatched potential with 7 receptions for 110 yards. However, the defense's performance in the previous game fell short of elite standards, necessitating an improved showing in the upcoming clash. The defense's ability to generate turnovers early on could be a crucial factor in securing victory. As the NFL season progresses, with only 8 teams remaining, the betting market becomes increasingly sharp. Despite common misconceptions, this doesn't imply that most games align precisely with closing odds. Rather, odds makers become adept at finding the perceived midpoint of public opinion. Presently, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers find themselves at a peak in public perception. The team, led by quarterback Baker Mayfield and a motivated, veteran roster, has defied expectations, winning 6 of their last 7 games. Having ousted last year's top seed, the Buccaneers are now in the divisional round of the National Football Conference playoffs. This unexpected turn of events prompts reflection on the initial belief that Tampa Bay might have been among the less successful teams this season. The team's success can be attributed to a robust defense crafted by defensive mastermind Todd Bowles, complemented by the Mayfield effect, which provides the offense with resilience. Mayfield's remarkable performance against the Eagles, with 22 completions on 36 attempts, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions, underscored his value to the team. However, the impending challenge lies in the form of a formidable opponent, the Detroit Lions. The crux of the matter regarding the spread in this matchup revolves not around the Buccaneers, but their opponent, the Detroit Lions. Tampa Bay faces a significant upgrade in competition, and doubts linger about their ability to handle such a challenge. While the Lions dominated the Buccaneers in Tampa during Week 6 of the regular season, relying on a single-game sample size is insufficient. The Bucs pose a challenging matchup for the Lions, particularly in Michigan, where the home team's speed-oriented wide receivers and running backs have proven difficult for most opponents to keep pace with. Although Tampa Bay's veteran defense remains stout, it lacks the agility and athleticism of its prime. Detroit's defense excels against the run, permitting just 3.7 yards per carry to opposing running backs. While Tampa Bay's run game has improved, sustaining success against a defense that limits rush yards to under 100 per game presents a formidable task. Consequently, Mayfield and the Bucs' pass offense, categorized as average by season-long statistics, face immense pressure to keep the team competitive, especially given the Lions' home advantage. Despite Mayfield's prowess and comeback story, good defenses have consistently stifled Tampa Bay's production throughout the season. Therefore, the Detroit Lions to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. The total points projection in this National Football Conference battle is relatively high, primarily attributed to the prolific offense of the Detroit Lions. While the Bucs' impressive showing last week, scoring 32 points against last year's conference champion, contributes to the high total, a more cautious assessment is warranted. Tampa Bay's offense is classified as good but not exceptional based on various metrics throughout the season. Baker Mayfield's ability to elevate the team's performance is undeniable, but facing the raucous crowd at Ford Field poses a different challenge. The Lions' defense has demonstrated an ability to exceed expectations in crucial moments, as evidenced by their performance against the Rams. Expecting both offenses to maintain their recent productivity is unrealistic. Given the potential for defensive prowess on both sides, the projected total seems overly optimistic. Therefore, under the projected total is our full-game total pick. Kansas City Chiefs versus Buffalo Bills. Once again, we find ourselves on the precipice of an epic clash between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs, a matchup that has become synonymous with high-stakes football. With only 4 teams remaining in the American Football Conference, the outcome of this game will propel the victor to within one step of securing a coveted Super Bowl berth. A historical lens reveals that these two formidable squads have crossed paths 6 times since 2020, including 2 intense playoff encounters, resulting in a deadlock 3-3 split. Notably, Kansas City emerged victorious in both playoff showdowns. As the stage is set for a cold kickoff at Highmark Stadium, the anticipation for this clash on Sunday, January 21st, is palpable. Kansas City arrives at this pivotal juncture following an impressive triumph in the first round of the playoffs, dispatching the Miami Dolphins 26-7 while enduring frigid conditions that rank among the coldest games ever played. Employing a well-rounded offensive strategy, the Chiefs amassed 262 passing yards and 147 rushing yards, surpassing their average per game in both categories. Seizing an early lead, Kansas City maintained their dominance throughout the game, leaving Miami struggling to mount any meaningful offensive drives. In terms of offensive statistics, the Chiefs boast an average of 22 points per game and rank 9th with 354 yards gained. Patrick Mahomes, the star quarterback, orchestrates a passing game that accrues 247 yards per game with a completion rate of 67.2%. Mahomes has thrown for an impressive 4,183 yards this season, securing the 8th position in touchdown passes while also recording the 5th most interceptions. The rushing game, led by Isaiah Pacheco, who missed the earlier encounter with Buffalo, contributes a solid 107 yards per game. Notably, the Chiefs convert 43.4% of their third down attempts. On the defensive front, Kansas City maintains continuity with its personnel and has shown improvement, allowing a mere 17 points per game, ranking them second in the league. Their prowess against the pass is evident, surrendering only 177 yards per game, the 4th best in the league. Defensive end Mike Dana and tackle Chris Jones apply constant pressure, contributing to the Chiefs' impressive rank of 2nd in sacks per game. Additionally, their opponents struggle to convert third downs, succeeding only 35.6% of the time. Contrastingly, the Buffalo Bills stand out as a rare NFL team that exhibits balance on both offensive and defensive fronts. Offensively, they average an impressive 26.8 points per game, securing the 6th position, while accumulating 374 yards per game, ranking 4th in the league. This offensive production is distributed evenly, with the rushing game contributing 132.8 yards and the passing game amassing 241.3 yards. Quarterback Josh Allen completes 66.7% of his passes, throwing for 29 touchdowns and 18 interceptions. Allen's dual threat capability is evident in his 524 rushing yards, ranking second on the team, and 15 rushing touchdowns, leading the entire NFL. In their recent playoff encounter against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Allen demonstrated his prowess by throwing for 203 yards and 3 touchdowns, in addition to rushing for 74 yards and another touchdown. Crucially, he avoided sacks and interceptions, a formula the Bills seek to replicate against the formidable Kansas City. Buffalo's defense has been a standout this season, allowing an average of 18.2 points per game, the 4th best in the league. Their yards allowed per game stand at 308, with 110 rushing yards and an impressive 198 yards through the air. Notably, these defensive averages have trended positively as the season progressed. However, the current state of the Bills' defense raises concerns, with several key players sidelined, 5 starters questionable to play, and numerous backups nursing injuries, particularly in the secondary. This vulnerability in the Buffalo defense may present an opportunity for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City passing game to exploit. Furthermore, the Bills find themselves at a disadvantage, playing on a shorter week due to the postponement of their wild card game. This scheduling discrepancy adds an extra layer of challenge against the Chiefs, who had the advantage of playing 2 days earlier. While the Kansas City passing game has faced criticism compared to previous seasons, the emergence of Rice, with 79 receptions for 938 yards and 7 touchdowns, adds a dynamic playmaker to their arsenal. Despite this, the expectation is that the Chiefs will lean on shorter, quick throws and rely on their ground game, which has accounted for 43% of their snaps in the past 3 weeks. Notably, the backbone of the Chiefs' strength lies in Steve Spagnuolo's defense, which ranks 7th in defensive defense adjusted value over average and 6th in expected points added allowed per play. Facing the challenge of containing Josh Allen, who has carried his team in recent games, the Chiefs' defense, known for its locked-in secondary and effective pass rush, will be put to the test. In the 8 games where the Chiefs have been road underdogs since Mahomes assumed the role of star quarterback, they boast an impressive record of 6-2 straight up and 7-0-1 against the spread. On the flip side, the Buffalo Bills enter this matchup riding a wave of success, with 6 consecutive wins and an impressive track record against the Chiefs, winning 3 of the last 4 meetings. With home field advantage and a recent history of success against Kansas City, it's understandable why the Bills are favored by oddsmakers. However, the unique aspect of this matchup lies in Patrick Mahomes assuming the underdog role, a rarity for the star quarterback. Historically, Mahomes has thrived in such situations, winning 7 out of 10 games and covering the spread in 8. This marks the 8th time since 2020 that the Chiefs find themselves as underdogs, and they've emerged victorious in 5 of those contests. Bettors are presented with a rare opportunity to capitalize on this dynamic, so the Kansas City Chiefs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The narrative surrounding this matchup centers on the exceptional quarterback talent on both sides, reminiscent of 2 years ago when the Chiefs and the Bills engaged in a thrilling overtime encounter resulting in a 42-36 victory for Kansas City. While the expectation isn't for a replication of the 78-point spectacle, the anticipation is for a game where both teams showcase their ability to score at any moment. Last week, the Bills demonstrated their offensive prowess by putting up 31 points against a resilient Steelers defense, with Josh Allen exhibiting his versatility both through the air and on the ground. The Bills' offense is anticipated to be fired up, maintaining an aggressive tempo throughout the weekend. Conversely, the Chiefs, led by Patrick Mahomes, possess the capability to score prolifically. Expectations are that Mahomes will frequently target his favorite receiver, Travis Kelce, for impactful plays, akin to their performance in the previous week's game against the Dolphins, commonly referred to as the Ice Bowl. The Chiefs are expected to mount a substantial offensive effort to keep pace with the Bills. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.